Hi everyone, so first review for this week is for the Santorini setup by Becky Bohan. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below, and if you're on Facebook or on my blog, then there is a link within the post. And this is the video review. So the Santorini setup by Becky Bohan was really thrilling, quite a mystery. Britt is on a working holiday in Santorini, and she meets Cassie, who works at this archaeological site, and the two of them quickly go from sort of friends to something more. Naturally, being involved with Britt means that Cassie is also pulled into all the drama when Britt is enlisted by Susan at the American Embassy to uncover the truth about an accidental death of a photographer. So it's real mystery and exciting and quite an adventure. There were two elements to the story which really helped to build the intensity and the mystery surrounding it. So there's each piece of the puzzle that got them closer to the truth, sort of presented new dramas, new challenges, and made things even more complicated, as you would expect when you start sort of, picking away at something that you shouldn't really be, people don't want uncovered. That's when all these sort of new things start to happen. So it was a really thrilling experience, and the impact this suddenly had on this quite casually forming dynamic between Britt and Cassie. It alluded to that something wasn't quite right with the situation. So they were having like this lovely time getting to know one another, and then all these bits that were presenting themselves as part of the mystery sort of made you question and doubt everything that was going on, and what was actually going to happen and what the result was going to be and who was involved, and like you had to question everything. So what I really enjoyed was the fact that I couldn't work out who I was supposed to suspect, and some characters could be involved, but were they involved? And that kept me really on the edge of my seat, because obviously everything's centered on Britt, but I didn't know whether Cassie was going to have some sort of massive impact or whether it was going to be Susan at the American Embassy. And so everybody was like a suspect, and you just couldn't work out who. So I was totally suspicious of everyone apart from Britt, and I didn't sort of know what they knew they were leading Britt into. And then should you be like, I don't know, like should you be trying to warn her, because everything just seemed normal, but you just knew something wasn't quite right. And I was most intrigued by sort of these interwoven references that were also the surroundings in Santorini, so the myths and the culture and all this sort of played on it as well and built up the mystery. But Britt and Cassie, they had this really, really lovely connection. The moment they met, you sort of knew they'd been destined to meet, but you didn't know quite why. And then for Cassie, it was, she was someone that I wondered about, because she seemed a little bit elusive compared to Britt, and so how big a piece was she in all of this? But I loved that easy sort of flow they had together from the moment they met, and together they had a dedication, even though they didn't really know one another straight away. And especially when the work Britt found herself in kind of ended up roping Cassie in and then putting them in some pretty dangerous and unknown situations where you just have to trust someone you don't know. So that was really nice as well. So it was a really enjoyable mystery. I really, really enjoyed it, and it's one of those books that you've missed all the clues the first time because you're trying to work out who everyone is and what they're doing, and when you read it again for a second time, you know that you're going to have a totally different experience. And I love a book like that because it means you can go back to it and not have that first time sensation, but just have a different perspective of it. So I love that, and I'm really looking forward to when I can read it again as well, just to see what I pick out differently. But it was a really, really great book. I really enjoyed the Santorini setup, and I hope you will too. So I'm going to pop a link in the description so that you can go and get a copy. If you've read the Santorini setup by Becky Bohan, I would love to hear your thoughts, so please comment below. Please let us know what you thought of the story, and if you haven't read it yet but it's on your to be read list, you're planning to read it, or you're now intrigued and thinking I really, really want to read that, please comment below. Please let us know, because it's always great to hear what you're reading. And if you do read it, I hope you enjoy it. Bye.